Hi guys, I'm Rotary Swing instructor Clay Ballard, and today we're going to talk about torque in the golf shaft and what that means, how that can affect your golf game. Also be sure to stick around to the end of this video. I have some great bonuses for you all. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so when we're making a golf swing, as we swing this club through impact, let's imagine this is impact. As I'm coming back and in the downswing, this face is going to open up a little bit. And then it's going to square up and it's going to rotate close as I'm coming through. So the face in the golf swing is opening and closing as we're coming through impact. And that places torque on the shaft. So what torque means is how much rotational force. So if I take this club head and I twist it in relationship to the butt, so if that's actually twisting this way and putting force on this shaft, that causes the shaft to be distorted somewhat. So the faster our club head speed and the more aggressively we swing the club. So let's imagine that I have a very aggressive fast swing, I'm getting tons of club head speed, I'm going to put a lot of torque on this shaft. So in general, I need a shaft with a lower torque rating. So let's say the torque is 1.8. That would be a very stiff shaft that wouldn't allow the forces that I'm putting on this shaft to distort the shaft. The slower I'm swinging, the more I can get away with a higher torque shaft. So let's say a 4 or 5 torque rating on the shaft. So the faster I swing, the more aggressively I swing, the quicker my swing, the more torque I'm placing on this shaft, and the more rotation I have, the more torque I'm placing on this shaft. And we want to match up our swing with our torque. So the reason this would be bad, let's give the example of, let's say that this is a very soft shaft with a torque rating of 5 or so, or maybe even 6. Well, if I'm swinging 120 miles an hour, I'm putting a lot of force on this shaft and it's trying to turn this club head and spin this club head. Well, if I have a very weak shaft, especially in the tip, that is going to cause the shaft to overbend and get some ovaling in the shaft. So as it twists, it actually causes the shaft to distort and oval, and that can give me some inconsistency. So the faster your swing speed and the more aggressive, the lower the torque rating. I recommend, as a general rule of thumb, just to give you kind of a ballpark of where you want to be, anything under 100 miles an hour, and you can pretty much use a lower torque. It's okay for the club to open up a little bit and kick through there. That's a fairly low club head speed as far as torque is concerned. Anything, let's say 110 miles an hour, so you're going to want a mid-range torque, somewhere between 3 and 4 degrees of torque. And if you get all the way up to 120, 125 miles an hour, you want a super low torque so that that shaft is not distorted through impact. And I'd recommend, just the lowest torque shaft you can find. I use the example of Bubba Watson for different things, but he has that still tip in the end of his shaft. That's a very low torque shaft because he's swinging 125 miles an hour. He doesn't want that golf shaft to distort. So you want to just match up the torque with your current swing and how fast, how aggressively you're swinging the golf club, and that's going to get you the best results. All right guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little bit about torque. If you did like the video, be sure to click the like button below, post your comments. I'll try to get to as many of those as I can. And I'm also going to attach a preview of a video. If you want to watch that entire video, it's only going to show the first little bit. If you want to watch the entire thing, click the link in the bottom right or in the description, and you're going to be able to sign up for that video. Sign up for a free membership and watch that video for free, plus about 4 hours of bonus instruction. It's never going to cost you a dime. All that when you get your free Rotary Swing membership. So I look forward to seeing you guys much more in the future. Good luck with your golf game, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to show you exactly how that works in some of the game's greatest players and fastest hip spinners to put this myth to rest once and for all. So let's get started with Rory McIlroy. Okay, so Rory's kind of made this move a little bit famous. A lot of the commentators have been talking about this. So as I mentioned, a lot of those companies out there, they're promoting just keep on turning the hips as fast as you can. Well, that's, again, half the battle. As you start your downswing, you're going to initiate your weight shift, and you're going to initiate your downswing by rotating your hips. So if we're watching Rory here, you can see that he's starting to rotate his hips in the downswing, and his hips are getting going. Now, as he gets into what I call the delivery zone, where the club's about waist high in the downswing, now his hips are going to be decelerating very quickly. If his hips keep on spinning right through, it's going to be a glancing blow. He has to transfer this energy from his lower body to his upper body, down to his arms, and then to the club. So the hips are throwing on their brakes at this point. You can see it. Watch this.